I'm live. I'm back from nowhere, just from here, just back from here. So, but I'm gonna plan on doing this. Still muted? Is it muted? No. Still muted? No. Not sure what that is. Matt D. And a resounding no. I don't. Still muted. What's that? Joker1254. What's up, buddy? What's up with you? CS2 shot awesome, said Matt D. Now you should be Mike D. I know your name's not Mike, but you should go by Mike D. Because that'd be, or you could be the next Beastie Boy, Matt D. So, how's everybody doing today? You got 7 people watching already. Wow, that's pretty nice. Man, I'm kind of hungry. I probably should have fixed a sandwich or something. I was called Mike. You were called White Mike in school. Why Mike? How did the CS2 shoot? He said it shot awesome. I haven't played in a year. Help. I can't help you. I don't think I can. Where do you live? Honey Nut? I'm like, cheerio. Cheerio. Alright, let's see. People are like sending me messages for some reason. I'm not sure why. So what's everybody been doing? Very good. Gotta try a hard face bolt. Yes, RIP MCA. Definitely. What's very good? Gotta try hard face bolt. Oh, very good. You gotta try it. It's a hard face bolt. Got it. 'Twas but a jest. Mein lieber Hein Herr. Mein lieber Herr. Is that my free ruler? I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, I don't understand what the deal is going on with my. Oh. Maybe this? No, I don't know. So, who's played paintball in the last week? I did. Kanan Hoover did not. Eric Sharp did not. Because they're losers. So, that's what I was going to do. It's been so long since I've done one of these. Manchester Firm CS2 1750. Manchester. Oh, that's where you ordered it from. Okay. You just ordered your CS2 like an hour ago. Aren't they having like a really long wait list for those? Because that's what I heard through the grapevine. So I'm just posting a post on my Facebook. Join me for a live chat about paintball. Excuse me. So now I'm just going to my Jake from NorCal page. Yeah, next month. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Honey Nut, since I attended a stream, I've gotten in JROTC. It's pretty neat. Awesome. JROTC, excuse me. My nose is itching. I got allergies today. Mad Entertainment, what it do, Big Pimpin'? Planet Eclipse is still over 500 on back order, yeah. So anyway, JROTC, or JROTC, that's Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. All the branches of the military, the 4 branches of the military. Who can name the 4 branches of the military? I'll give you a free high five. I mean, like that. Who can name the 4 branches of the military? And then throw in a bonus, right-handed high five, if you can name the 5th branch of the military. So, I'm just sharing the link to this so people hopefully will look and see. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines Corps, Marine Corps, yes, and the Coast Guard. Bam, Honey Nut. Bam, bonus Honey Nut. I ordered the Destiny, so it's going to be a minute. Yeah. I hadn't seen the Destiny. I hadn't seen all the different colors and everything. I've shot one, and they shoot really, really well. In fact, I did not miss a shot with it at all. I hit what I was pretty much almost aiming at the entire time. Purple with the blue accent. Well, I can do it with a British accent, but not a very good one. But I can't do it with a blue accent. Okay. That was awkward. So yeah, the CS2, a guy from DMG, he was on their D2 team, so he's not one of the pros. He's on the D2 team from DMG, DMG is the new pro team. They're from Sacramento. They play at Capital Edge. And this was the week and a half, or 2 weeks ago. The second Sunday of April, we had Ballistic Ben's Game of Games at Capital Edge Paintball Park in Sacramento, and it was amazing. It was really cool because I play on the same 2 or 3 fields pretty much all the time, and I love those fields. Not at all taking anything away from those fields, but it was really cool to have the change of pace. Matt D. Jake, I got something funny you might find interesting. Well, maybe you do, so share it, please. So anyways, Capital Edge Paintball Park. Kanan Hoover, he went, and I pointed up here because he's got it's either him or Eric, I don't know. Well, either one, Kanan Hoover and Eric Sharp, they both went to the Game of Games, and they're in this little notification that you can't see, but I see plain as day. And both of them went, and then they left a little bit after lunch. They were a little tired because they hadn't played in a while, and they're little losers. But anyway, I digress. The main point of the story is that it was the Capital Edge Paintball Park, and it was really cool. I enjoyed it. So if you're in the Sacramento area, definitely give them a shout out. Go give them a try and tell them, hey, Jake from NorCal. They're not going to know who in the world I am. But tell them, oh, Jake from NorCal said hi. And he is the guy whose brother owns Predator Paintball and NorCal Paintball Store. So you got to explain the whole thing because they're going to have no clue who I am. But if you say, hey, the guy who owns Predator Paintball in Rockland and the same guy who owns NorCal Paintball in Vacaville, his brother sent us. So that might get you a high five. So somebody was talking, let's see. Matt D looked up the line for New York Extreme for Texas. No players are above a D2. Maybe D1 player. So New York Extreme, are they pro? 'Cause I don't really keep up with them. The only reason I really know that DMG is pro is because they are from this area. And then I learned most of that because Brad from Paintball Ruined My Life. Okay, they're one of the new ones because I have heard of them, but and I know it was recent because I don't really keep up with it. But I had heard recently about some new pro teams, or there was a documentary or something that was filmed at Vegas, and they were doing like a 10, 15, 20-minute video and doing a little blurb on each one. And New York Extreme, I think that's where I've heard that name. But so they're pro, and they don't have anybody, no players are above a D2. So that tells you right there that the rankings, they matter, but what the rankings do is they go by pretty much experience points. If you have somebody who's just really naturally good, they're not going to have as many points built up in the APPA rankings as somebody who has been playing for 10 years. They're probably going to have more points if they played, even if they played in the exact same levels. The APPA points, they build up and up and up and up, and that's how you move and you're ranked. You could be a horrible, horrible player and be ranked, say, well, okay, maybe not a horrible, horrible player, but you could be, if you just went by, it's hard to explain. If you just went, okay, pure talent, ranked non-subjectively, just a computer did it, or somebody who knew exactly what they're talking about, the best player to the worst player, you could be way down here, below all these 2, 3, even D4 teams, and still be on the D1 or D2 level. So just because you're a D2 player, a lot of people get all wrapped up in, oh, I'm D2, I'm D2, I'm D2, or I'm D3, I'm D4, you're only D5, oh, I'm D5, you're D6, who cares? Just go out and play. I've been playing for 20 years, and I guarantee there are people who've been playing for a week that can beat the crap out of me in paintball. And I guarantee there are people I can beat that have been playing twice as long, not twice as long, because that's pretty freaking long. So yeah, Liam Lynch, I am in the house. But yeah, woo, Liam Lynch, what's happening? Everything going good? Oh, I missed this. Honey Nut, what do you think about a mask where the front can flip up like a bassinet? So like it goes like that over your head? Like a riot shield kind of, like, is that what you're talking about? Matthew O'Bringer is D6 and he's loving it. Exactly. See, okay, so yes, like that, man, I'm on fire. My first show back. He's on fire. Who knows where that song, that's a video game from the past. He's on fire. Just that little blurb, you might know what it is. So yeah, it's like that. Let's go back. What do you think about a mask where the front can flip up like a bassinet? If it had like locking mechanisms that would keep it from doing that, and then the foam actually came in contact with the face, fine. But if it's just like a shield that's like hanging down like in front of them like this, then no, because if they're running or they slip and they're like, whoa, and they slip backwards, boom, right up in the eye. Absolutely not. But something like that can go up, like when you're on a break, you go out to the staging area and you just go, I'd be all for that. But I don't think that there's a need for it. It's a good idea, but if it doesn't really fix the need, because like I'll take these right here. Well, let me take my glasses off, because so I could either go unlock, 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 and do that, or I could just go like that. But the cool thing is you could have them up there, and I don't like wearing my goggles like this walking around. I think it kind of just gets moisture and humidity and heat up into my lenses. I don't like it. So, and those, man, I just need to get the replacement foam for these, because these are my favorite goggles ever. Those are beautiful goggles. But I need some new ears. I'm missing little blocks of foam. Man, I'm seeing some old names. Daryl Sample, NBA Jam, that is not correct. He's on fire. Who knows what video game that was from? I'm just going to give you that little hint. He's on fire. Liam Lynch, all good in SoCal. I just learned about the KP3 converted to shoot FSR mag fed. Man, these goggles have dust built up in them, so I'm probably going to be coughing the rest of the night. Yes, I saw that same thing. The Azotin KP3, and it's converted to be mag fed. So if you have a mag fed magazine, or if you have a first strike round capable magazine, you can sit there and shoot. I think the Azotin KP3 is a fantastic marker for the price point. It's under $300. The only thing three things I don't like about it. The first thing is just that it's from Azotin. Nothing against Azotin at all, but people think Azotin, new players, they look at a marker and they're like, that's cool. And the Azotin Blitz and stuff like that, while they're not bad guns, they're not really good. They do look a lot nicer, though, than most of the guns at the same price point, but I think those guns that don't look as good are a little bit better than the Azotin. So one thing I don't like about Azotin is it's kind of seen as they want to have a lot of flash and no sizzle, when I want the sizzle and I don't care about the flash. So, but the KP3, the two things I really don't like about it, the trigger pull is really long, but that's not like a factor that I'd be like, hey, I hate this. Because if you're doing with first strike rounds, actually it could help to have a long trigger pull to where you're pulling and it's consistent. So it's not like it's just really long and then it finally clicks. But I would rather have like my CCM. I just go, I'm like, and it's shooting. Man, so, and then the Azotin KP3 does not have an auto trigger. If they put an auto trigger and made it $50 more, sold it for, I think the Blitz goes for $250 250, 260 in that area. If they sold it for $300 with an auto trigger, I think they would sell a lot more of them. That's my opinion. So Old Soul, holy cow, it's a Jade night. No, it's an Old Soul night. I just happen to be here. Matthew Obringer, it's not too bad. Done 2 tournaments already, placed 11th in both, loved it. Cool. See, and that's the deal about you were the one that said D6, right? Yeah. So he's D6. So that means he's very, very new to tournaments. It starts out with usually D5 is what people think is the lowest level, because that's really the lowest level they have anything other than just at the field. It goes, hey, let's have a little tournament with the people who play here. Those are usually D6. But D5 is the one where they try to bring a little bit more people in from maybe a couple counties over, something small. And then you go like 4 and 5 and stuff, or 4 and 3. Those are a little bit bigger. Then 2 is really, really solid. Those are usually the level 2. The D2 usually don't even have an event at a local tournament, and D1 definitely doesn't. So, thanks for crushing my dreams, honey. No, I gave you a left-handed high five and a right-handed. I didn't mean it. What was your dream? Oh, but no, hey, don't let it crush your dream. Just change your dream up a little bit. Just make some adjustments, and it could still be an amazing dream. I just don't see the actual need. But then again, I don't see the need for a lot of things. But I do feel the need for speed. Julie Cope, why are you late? I do not appreciate it. But that's okay. Curtis, Proflex is for life. How about these also? These are beautiful. The only thing I don't like about these is the person I got them from cut the tabs out. But these Proflexes are my favorite goggles of all time. I don't even wear them because I don't like changing the lenses. These things are great. Look at this. Or I could roll this up like this, which a lot of people wear them like that. You just sit here, hey, what's up? I get shot in the face. So I will always wear them like that, and then I would just do this if I needed a drink out of a bottle of water. Because see, you still can't get shot. You can shot up the nose, which I'm sure would not feel good. I hope everybody heard that. But I can even wear these with glasses. But they're a little difficult to wear with glasses. You have to slowly put them on. And so with the E-Flexes that came out a few years ago from Empire, and then the EVSs, which I switched to, and then I switched to the Dye i5s, which I don't have them anywhere close. But it just takes a little bit more time, like maybe a half second or 3/4 of a second longer to put them on, and then taking them off. You got to be careful or it'll pull my glasses out. Or you don't have to be careful, but I have to be careful. Man, my hair's all... So Curtis and Old Soul both said Proflex for life. I think it's the best looking goggle ever made. And when I think of paintball goggles, the only thing I think of is Proflexes. Or, well, Flex 7s. So... But those are, I mean, they're so similar. I don't even know the differences. Matt D says, Vegas layout is tough. Got tourney on it Saturday. Yeah, have you seen the new layout? I really like it. I watched Brad from Paintball Room of Life. Check him out. Let me find out. Just bear with me, guys. I'm going to go to this wherever I am. I'm going to copy and paste this and see if I can get some more people watching, because I've got 11, and I appreciate you guys, but what I'm wanting to get is more and more and more and more and more. So, let me go back to these comments. Oh, wow, I'm way behind. Vegas layout is tough, got that. Okay, Daniel Sample, he's heating up, he's on fire. No, but that's fine, but it's the actual song, He's on Fire. It's a specific song, and it might have been an NBA Jam, but I know that He's Heating Up, He's on Fire is NBA Jam, but not the He's on Fire. Julie Cope, good luck, Mac D. I saw the layout as well. Looks very tough and interesting. Yes, but like what Brad was talking about on Paintball Room of Life is the Texas the Fort Worth, Dallas area, they're having it, and you can see each other from the start. I really like that because it takes it adds more gamesmanship, so you can like be in one spot, and then they go, all right, 5 seconds. You can switch places because they think player A is going to go this way and player B is going that way, when in actuality they didn't switch and they go, so yeah. Matthew, I played in the MVPS so far. What is the MVPS? Is that, that's in the Midwest? Where is that? Tell me where that is. So far the layouts have been different, but fun to play. See, I love having different layouts every time. I think it's really cool. I think that's a really good thing that the NXL has done. I don't know how long it's been done. It might have been done at PSP. It might have been done other tournaments. I don't know. But I like that they change it. I kind of wish, though, that they would do like a blind. Boom. At least one tournament. Say, the first tournament is going to be a blind layout. You have no idea until they start blowing them up. Liam Lynch, I completely agree. One thing that I do not like about the KP3 is the trigger guard. I feel it's sharp. That is true. that's something else. I was meeting performance, and I hadn't shot the KP3 a lot, so I haven't really dealt with that. But I have dealt with that on the dyed DSR. Even though I have not shot it, it's a little bit sharp because I put my thumb, I wrap it around the regulator / foregrip, and it can rub. It hadn't cut me or anything, but yeah. Also, KP3 trigger pull is less than the Stingray / Tiger Shark trigger pull. Yeah, but those were made 25 years ago. The Stingray, man, we all thought the Stingray was awesome. It had this aluminum barrel that might have been made out of tin foil. Because it was absolute crap. It was plastic. You had push pins like the Tippmans do, but the Tippmann, like the A5, has the quick release push pins. Those have like a little spring pin in the end, and it holds them in place. The Stingray, they just sometimes just fall out. Oh man, it was a horrible gun. But I probably shot half the people I've ever shot with something like a Stingray or a Tiger Shark, which Tiger Shark was a pump version of the Stingray. Then the Stingray 2, woo, big time. Liam, auto trigger I can do without. I agree, but like I played Saturday, so day before yesterday, Midway Paintball. Excuse me, Midway Paintball in Vacaville, California, and went out there, and I was the only person with a pump. We were playing speedball. I was the only person with a pump. Even my brother, who never plays with anything except his old Sheridan KP3 or KP2. I'm sorry, Ben, KP2. So he plays with a Sheridan KP2 that he bought in 1990 for $40 when he was 10 years old. Literally $40. He's been playing with it now his 28th year. That's all he plays with. He goes out with a G-Tech. I had a really nice pump gun, CCMS6. I'll never sell it. If someone's like, here's $1,000 cash and a brand new one, no, not gonna sell it. So, went out there and it's you're just getting hammered 10 balls a second. Auto trigger's nice in those situations. But yeah, I could do without it most of the time. But I'm not a good enough shot to do it all the time. APP, A, beginner, then D5. Yeah, so D6 is, I guess, not a real classification. But yeah. Stephen Evers, what's up? Max D says, flex welts. Yeah, you can get some flex welts. You can get... Hunting an Ether 2 is greater than a Glock 17. Yes, because you can shoot people legally with an Ether 2 and not with a Glock 17. As long as you're at a paintball field when you're shooting the Ether 2. You can't just go around shooting people with Ether 2s. Do not do that. We've had a situation like two of the past 4 nights that on the police scanner, people shooting homeless people with paintballs. If you do that, get out of the sport, sell your stuff. That is one thing that will upset me, most definitely. I don't like cheaters at all, but I hate people who do that kind of stuff and vandalize property, going out and shooting street signs. People think, hey, that's just harmless fun. People shooting homeless people or joggers or something like that, that should be a felony, and I hope that they catch every single person who does it, because that gives the sport that I love a horrible name. People see paintball in the news, 90% of the time it's something bad. Make it that something good. And speaking of news, I'm a sports writer for the newspaper here in Fairfield, California. So So I've been able to put 2 or 3 times now, get paintball in our local newspaper. If you're playing at a local tournament, call the newspaper beforehand. If you're putting on a local tournament, call the newspaper, especially if you're doing like a donation day for Toys for Tots, or Shop with Cops, or American Cancer Society, Salvation Army. If you're doing something that's a donation or some kind of charity event, get a hold of your local newspaper, your local radio stations. Talk to them and tell them what you're doing. A lot of times they will put that stuff in for free, or they'll even send somebody out and do an actual story on your paintball field or your paintball team. And that's a good way to feed that into getting a little bit of not notoriety, but sponsorship. Because if companies see that you're out there doing good, they're going to want to support that a lot more than, oh, look, Frank from SoCal, because you know the SoCal people. So Frank from SoCal went out and shot up a bunch of street signs. Why do I want to be associated with paintball? But if they're like, man, look, all these paintball players are out there and they're donating their time to do Habitat for Humanity, or picking up trash on the sidewalk, or on the side of the highway. If you're doing good stuff that helps your community, they're going to gravitate toward that, and they're going to want to promote that. So you can either promote paintball in a bad way and make people go, no, I don't want my kid to go play paintball, and then fewer and fewer people go, and then it eventually shuts down. Or you can say, hey, wow, look at all these paintball players. Look, who cleaned up this side of the highway? Who did not paint trash and graffiti on the side of this building and actually cleaned it up? Oh, that was an XYZ paintball field. They did that? They sound like pretty cool people. I'm going to let my kid go associate with them. That's my opinion. I think the question was about an Ether 2 and a Glock 17. So I kind of went off on a tangent. So anyway, Matt D, Snake is tough. Other team kept having a guy slide right up to the 50 Snake. Oh, on the Vegas layout? Yeah, see, I meander. I don't do snake diving. Joker 1254. How do you make out with your glasses and fogging? The girlfriend goes, sometimes her glasses always fog, so she got contacts, still curious. I hope you're still listening. I wish I had some with me. I swear by FogDoc. FOGDOC.com. Tell him that Jake from NorCal sent you. He's going to give you a free hug next time he sees you. Derek Roberts does an amazing job. In fact, let me go here and I will type that in. www.fogdoc.com. See, I've completely forgot. It's been so long, I've forgot that I could just look at my computer and see the chat that's going on. I'm trying to look at my phone. I'm like, So yeah, I do fogdoc.com. I've been doing it since about 2006 when I first saw it at this field in Patterson, Missouri, Smack Zone Paintball, run by Mark Miles. Man, that's one of my favorite fields ever because Mark had customer service. Anyway, this guy had this anti-fog, not really a gel or anything, but it's like a semi-solid piece of almost putty. But you take off a little piece about that big. Tiny. You take it, rub it on one side, especially the inside. That's the best place. But put it on the inside, outside. If you need a little bit more to fully cover it, and you don't have to cover it like just goobs and goops of it, or gobs, but you definitely want to cover it. Make sure that you get it on there really good, and then use a good clean microfiber. I'll do it in the morning, and 90% of the time, I don't have to do it again until the afternoon, or like lunch break. I'll do it twice. I've got a little tube of it about that big around. Gotcha all. Gotcha again. So about that big around, about that tall, and it's like $6 or something like that. I've got like 4 of them, and I've not gone through one of them in almost 10 years. He sells it for way too cheap. That's my opinion. It's like a liquefied Smurf. Durka! What's going on, man? I love Dirk. Great guy. He plays with Fatal Scenario. He's with Fatal Scenarios and plays for Fatal Paint. Great scenario team. Yeah, FogDoc, though, definitely the stuff to get. And I will admit, Derek is a friend of mine. But when I moved out here to California 2.5, almost 3 years ago, I had this stuff. I can't remember if my brother brought it up. Hey, we need to order some more Fog Dock, and I was like, Fog Dock? I got this stuff. Or if I was like, hey, you need to try this stuff out, this Fog Dock stuff, and he was like, wait a minute, we know the guy who sells that, and they sell it at their store. I was like, wow, it works. If it didn't work, I'm not going to tell you it works. I mean, the stuff from the spray from Empire, good stuff. The stuff from JT, which is owned by Empire, it's good stuff. Fog Dock, and it's got other purposes. I mean, you can put it on your bathroom mirror. It's not going to fog up your car windshield. It's really good stuff. So, wow, I'm way behind. Stephen Evers, Glock 17. Okay, so that's your answer to your question, Joker. Central Florida, oh God, it's humid. You need Fog Dock. Even if you're wearing single pane lenses, which if any of y'all are wearing single pane lenses, get thermal lenses. And then don't touch them. Don't stick your shirt up and do that with them. That just ruins them, people. Yes, you can grind down the trigger guard or use some thick grit paper. Fun Nation. Can't wait for Game of Games in August. So the last one was April, then May, June, July, August. Not sure where we're going to have it. But Fun Nation, tell me your name and where you're from. I probably know you. Have you played at a Game of Games before? Julie Cope, different layouts keep it fair in my opinion, because if one team played on one layout more than the other without changing it, it would be unfair advantages. I agree. It's so much better, and it keeps it fresh too, because people are like, man, it's the same old stuff, which honestly, paintball on TV kind of looks like the same old stuff a lot, even to people who watch it a lot. Because the reason paintball is boring on TV is because in football, you've got the ball here. All the eyes are watching the ball. Basketball, you have the ball. All the eyes are watching the ball. Baseball, you have the ball. All the eyes are watching the ball. Tennis, they're watching the ball. Paintball, you can't watch all the balls. That's what she said. So yeah, that's why paintball, there's not any focus. So people are like, I don't understand it. That's why people don't watch. JC Martinez says L. It's still not a T2, Ro. Did you try to type T-H-O? Tho? Come on, JC. Oh, and you actually corrected it? Sounds like a typical T2 user who can't even hit the letter T, even though he's using the T2. T2. No, the CCM T2, fantastic marker. It's almost as good as the S6, so it's pretty darn good. Old Soul, send me a picture of your Stingray. I will put my email address. Whoops. And I will try to see if I can post it up here, or at least on my Facebook page. Let's see. In Russia, CCM Pompeu. CCM is a hockey company also. In Russia, CCM Pompeu. That's the CCCP, not the CCM. Fun Nation, flying from Texas to California just for Game of Games as well. Friend and family. Dinner's on me then. At the free barbecue we have, dinner's on me for you and your friends and family. But bring your friends and family out and have them play paintball. It's going to be awesome. Where in Texas are you from? Daryl Sample's tapping out. One of the games says he's on fire. Oh, I want to see if anybody... He's on fire. Does anybody know the video game? I'll tell it in about 2 minutes. Julie Cope, are you serious? People still do that. I don't understand why people find laughter in that. What was the laughter? Oh, and shooting street signs and stuff. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what Julie's talking about. Yeah, people still do that. We had some people come in to our store, and we've got a dumpster and a little short wall, and then there's a house, and we get the lady next door in the shopping center. We're in the middle of the city. She comes running over. She's like, hey, there's these guys out here shooting paintball guns. We go outside, and they're shooting paintball guns at the dumpster with people who live right behind it. And not that they live behind the dumpster, but there's a dumpster on our property for our business, and the others in the shopping center. And then there's a house. But there's a wall there. Paintball could easily go past that, hit their property or them, and yeah, don't do that kind of stupid stuff, because that gives paintball a bad name. So anyway, Fun Nation, I really wish I could do that, but for you know who going for me. Okay, SoCal people, SoCal people, they do that, man. So, Joker's still here, fogdog.com, in Soviet Russia, Matt D. Awesome, thanks. Yeah, lol, thanks, Matt D. It's the best anti-fog out there. Durka knows. Durka's a foggy person, and he knows because every time the fog doc's there, he's got to stay away. Okay, that's not because he's anti-fog. Yeah, Durka's not foggy. Durka, Muhammad Jihad. So what's been going on, Durka? When's the next Fatal game? I can't wait for Fatal. Fatal has some of the best, most fun, interesting, crazy games. They're a big scenario company. Well, not big, they're local, but they put on these awesome games that are just, I cannot wait for the next Fatal game. As long as it's not in Orville in August. That's like literally 114 degrees. We need to get them closer down here, like in a forest that has a bunch of shade. Because people, if they came to a game of Fatal style and the weather cooperated, I don't know if they could handle it. In fact, I've got on my laptop, on my monitor, I still have the pistol. I will not get rid of it. Whoa, can't access storage device. Okay, I don't know what that means. Keeps these windows popping up on my, hopefully it's, wow. So let me go back. Okay, so Liam Lynch, Fatal playing for who at Decay? Durka says as of now we're thinking of Una. I'm not going to Super Game. I am not. I wish I could, but just too much work. And then because Ben and Bobby bought NorCal bought Predator paintball in Sacramento, moved it to Rockland, which is kind of close to you guys' neck of the woods. I have not seen you or Agent or Snot or Matt Damon or anybody at Predator paintball. Of course, I'm never there, so it's half hour exactly. Stop in. We want to see you. We miss you. Hey, and if you do, bring that sleeping bag that I left. You were there opening day. That's right, you were. You were. It's been a while. I've not had a day off since October between NorCal Paintball and BBP Distribution and Rockland Predator Paintball and then my other job at the newspaper. So Fun Nation, Bryce, you just moved to Texas about 3 months ago. That's why we hadn't seen you. I've been wondering. Also play Gales 2, 3, 4, maybe 6. Cool. That's right. Well then we will definitely keep you emailed and up and informed. I think we're still doing the Bobby does the email. How is Texas and where in Texas? Let's see. Durka, that's amazing, Jake. I never thought of it like that. I don't even know what you're talking about, but I bet you haven't. That was a long time ago. Liam, good. Me too. Last year I had too many encounters that resulted in my beatdown. Durka, it should be a good Decay. I am still rocking the pistols. I've already answered that. Vice City. There it is, Matt D. Vice City. He's on fire. Grand Theft Auto, Vice City. Now, I hadn't played that game since like 2006, 5, something like that. Yeah. Abilene, Dias, Texas. Okay, you already answered the question that I just asked. Link, I think you got rid of them. I sold one of them. I didn't get rid of any of them. I sold one of them. And I kept the original one that was the first one that Bill actually made. And then he wasn't going to sell it. Then he's like, you're so cool that he's going to sell it, that he sold it to me. So, Matt D, you win a high 10, high 20, high 30, high 40, high 50. Because V is 5, so you get 5 of those. So you got 5 of those. But yeah, that was Vice City. I slid it at Decay. Oh, knee surgery work done. Oh, I hope that everything's good. Remember when people cared about the Ascend? Me neither. Fun Nation, man. Here where I live has 0 fields. Addiction PB and Domination PB field all got shut down. Wow, that sucks. Abilene's a pretty good sized city. I'd say about 150, 200,000 people, I think. That's crazy. I think every state has paintball fields. I would say, yeah, every state. You sold it at Decay. No, I sold it, the pistol I sold at OEW. OEW, which is Operation Inwar. I think this was 8 or 9. And it was held at Copperopolis in California at an old mine, Snake Pit or something like that. Really cool, or yeah, like a copper mine or something like that. It's a freaking awesome field. It's pretty sweet. I shot Snot right in the chest at OEW. I was like, then pop. Got him right in the chest from about 23 yards out, and he was about 15 feet higher than me up in the copper smelter, and I was on that little wall down at the bottom. But the city I live has 0. God, I want a chance to send you something now. Yes, you do. You win a chance to send me something. Paintball press conference. Where? Actually, I like looking at this more. Excuse me. It dust from this fan or something. Or it was from those Proflexes. Someone sent a message. That's why I like looking at the phone. But then I see the comments here, and then they just go away. So I can see them up here. They stay. Fun Nation. All my paintball gear just sitting in my closet. I still maintain my gear. Lots of money spent into it. Yes, definitely, Bryce. You need to. So you got to go. School tomorrow. See ya. Hope I'll definitely be at the store when you come. I'm 99% sure because it's going to be a Game of Games weekend, and I'm not going to miss another one. Appreciate it, Bryce. Good luck. Thank you. So anyway, who's let's see where are we? Who saw the video from the Fight Club? Whatever it was, Fight Club mechanical tournament that featured almost a fight. What's everybody's thoughts on that? Apparently, someone did a dead man's walk. Which here are the facts as I have heard them or read them from someone who says they were there. Dead men walk were illegal. The field had no boundaries. No official staked out boundaries. The field had no dead box. I will try to find a link to it. I'm sure I can find it pretty easily. I'll just go to one of these Facebook pages that talks about paintball. And so the field had no boundaries. The field had no dead boxes. The field said, or the event maybe, I'm not sure if it was the field or the event, said no dead men walks, which a dead man walk, that's right, it is on Paintball Real My Life. That's where I was trying to go. Paintball Real My Life. So the the dead man walk is when you just walk down the field. If you put your hand up, you put your gun up in regular paintball and rec play, you're out. In tournament paintball, technically you're supposed to put your hand like this. And exactly, Dirk says every rule says a dead player needs to have an arm up or a gun up unless escorted by a ref. So to me, it was a fair play. 100% to me. I agree with you 1,000%. Or I disagree with you 1,000%. I'm going to let just a second. So if you put the gun up or you put your hand up in regular paintball, you're out. In tournament paintball, if you're supposed to do this because the ref does that, and then they're like, hey, you're out. And you're supposed to run off the field with your hand up and your hand on your head. Well, what happened is Team A, because I think it was Infamous against Aftershock. So Aftershock had one guy who was apparently standing over by the dead players, but there's no dead box. So Infamous shot everybody, so they thought. They're congratulating each other, high five, getting the flag and walking it back. This player standing over by all these dead players goes, brr, 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 shot everybody, and then one of the players from Infamous started chasing it, who was out, who the guy just shot. He goes, shot him, then shot some more people. This guy who was shot chased this guy down about 20 yards, just hammered him. Probably 20 shots, got about this far away, shot him, at least once, maybe 2 or 3 times, in the head, essentially point blank range. What are your thoughts? So yeah, I'm gonna find the video, because I will tell exactly what I think about it in a minute. So Matt D says arms and gun don't go above the shoulders. The rest was not okay. Dirk has said, but at the same time, if you're going to do dead man's walk, someone you need to be ready for that reaction. Yeah, if you're going to do a dead man's walk, you have to be ready for a reaction. My take on it is that that's pretty much a felony. The only thing is, the dead man walk was allegedly not legal in this tournament. If that's the case, even if it's illegal and a guy does a dead man walk and then shoots everybody, you still, in my opinion, do not retaliate like that. You might confront the person, but that's what the referees are for. So this is like the biggest thing right now in paintball, is this big near fight because someone got mad because they didn't pay attention to who got shot out. And yeah, it's funny. It's a funny laugh. People are like, oh yeah, it's paintball. You got to do this. But no, if you go after somebody with malicious intent to harm because you're mad, that's a felony. Doesn't matter if you do it with a paintball gun or a fist or a hammer. Well, maybe a hammer because that's probably might kill them. But if you go after somebody to harm them because you're pissed off, that can be a felony. So let's see. Here's the. Well, it's not showing the. I don't see a link to the original one. But if somebody comes after, if someone shoots me a couple times, it's like, okay, got shot. Someone shoots me 8, 9 times in the back, I'm like, dude, why are you doing that? That's uncalled for. Someone chases me down and is hammering me, seeing that I'm hitting me 15, 20, 30 times, and then shoots me point blank range in the head, I'm calling the cops. A lot of people are like, oh, handle yourself. No, I'm not a big fan of violence. But if someone does that to me, and it's an obvious attempt to injure, I'm calling the cops. If they shoot me and they can put a string of 510 in my back, it's happened a lot of times. I might not be happy about it. I'm not calling the cops. Someone chases me down, there's a very good chance that I'll be talking to the law, and whether the cops arrest them or not, that's up to the cops. But yeah, and I agree, Dirk. It sucks. Dirk, you do like strings of paint in your back. Dirk took the most shots I've ever seen anybody take. It was at his birthday, so he got the present of running the gauntlet at a combat zone up in Orville, and yeah, there were probably 90 people there, and I was literally, he started here, and he had to get like about 30, 40 yards, which is a long gauntlet. It had to be that long because that's how many people were standing side by side. There were almost 100 people. I was at the very end with my pump, and I'm like, I'm going to stand right here because he's coming right at me, and I'm not going to miss him sideways. I'm just going to shoot right into his chest. And it was like, ready, go, and I'm like, pop, pop. Oh no, I'm not shooting anymore, because it was literally 1, 2, 3, go, and it was the most paint I've ever seen in the air, pretty much ever, except at Living Legends in Joliet, outside of Chicago, Illinois, last year, or was it last year? Was it? Wow, it was. Yeah, it was last year. When Dirk and Agent from Fatal Scenarios, from Fatal Paint, they were at the 55-gallon drums for the entire 30 minutes of the last final battle, just getting hammered by about 800 people on this side and about 800 people on this side, just shooting, just covered. Incarnate Gaming, Dirk also gets shot at similarly large amounts of times at lockdown scenario games. Yes, Dirk likes being shot because Dirk is insane. But are you getting one of the Nicholas Tavern shirts? Jerseys? Matt D, 15 balls per second back in the day. Terrible times, terrible times. Yes. Yeah, and Dirk and James, Agent, were up there with slingshots. They didn't even have paintball markers. They're up there, and they almost didn't get to play with those because they were like, I don't think we can chrono those. Like, if they don't chrono, then they're chronoing too slow because they won't even register. But they actually chronoed. They were like 127 feet per second or something like that. I'm getting one. The next order for the. Oh man, you're not going to be an OG or an OT, an old tavernista. We're the OG OTs, OTGs, old tavernista Gs. You're going to be a second gen, but that's okay. We'll still accept you as one of our own. Also, uncapped semi all day. Good times, good times. Uncapped semi is the best way to go because doing that is a skill. It's a talent. If you go pop, 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 brrr, are you putting out paint or is your gun putting out paint? Your paintball marker's putting out paint. Dirk had quit drinking, so it kind of dropped on the priority list. I understand that. Yeah, because this jersey's got a bar on it and stuff, but you can still hang out. But yeah, uncapped semi. That means every pull of the trigger, one shot, one shot, one shot. No pop, 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 pop like an Automag RT or anything like that. Just pop, 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 brrr, or brrr. If you can shoot 572 times a second, that's a skill. Why take that away from somebody and make somebody who can go pop, 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 where they're shooting 10.5 balls a second? And then they can just sit there, and then it takes the skill away. Not all the skill. Not even close to all the skill. But if you're able to just sit there and hold a lane and it's just steady and not moving, as opposed to, because I mean, when you're walking a trigger, you can't really take your hand away. I mean, it's hard to do. And if you're able to walk a trigger and pour paint at the same time, that's freaking impressive. That's like walking and chewing bubble gum. I mean, that's pretty tough, in my opinion. But yeah, I'd much rather get some juice. Wait, I'd much rather get some juice. Oh, for Dirk. Yeah, get some juice. Yeah, cheater boards. Oh, I totally understand that. But that's why you get that, the clock from, or if the tournaments just said, we are going to contract with XYZ company. So you're going to shoot with this marker. And we're going to provide those markers at the tournaments. So we know what board it is, or just say you can only have these specific boards. And then if a company is caught having that board, ban their entire gun. Because if a company goes, say Planet Eclipse said, we're going to make a cheater board to where you can shoot 500 balls a second. So, okay. But NXL says we only allow boards from these particular companies. And if one of those companies is caught cheating or making a board that it's cheating, they're banned from the tournament. They don't get to come and sell their merchandise. They don't get to come and have teams play with, if there's a single XYZ component on their body or their person, they can't take it on the field. That will cut down those cheater boards. And see, that's another thing with tournaments. I like people getting banned. If I see a team, if I had a tournament, if I was the head of the NXL, I would pass a rule. I'd say, okay, from now on, anybody who is caught blatantly wiping, you are kicked out of the tournament. The entire tournament, you can come back to the next one. If you've done it a second time, you're banned from the NXL for life. But if you are kicked out for that tournament and your team plays with 4 people instead of 5 for the entire tournament, it could be the first round, it could be the last point. And if say it's in the finals, you're kicked out for the rest of the finals and the next tournament. Kind of like in basketball, you get 2 technicals in the second half, you're kicked out for that game. Or if in football, if you get 2 personal fouls, if it's in the first half, you're out for the entire game. If you get the second personal foul, you're kicked out in the second half, you're kicked out for that game, and then either until the first half or maybe the entire next game. Yeah, Virtue boards did kill it. It's 100% their fault in Tadao. And you say just kidding, but no. They made such good boards that, I mean, you could go, it was like you had to hold the trigger in, then hit the power button, then pull the trigger 3 times, and hit the power button, then pull the trigger once, and so that way the ref couldn't just go, okay, let's do this. It would have to be a certain deal where you would do on the field, and then you're shooting 30 balls a second. And then they come over, the ref's like, let me see your marker. And then they do it, and they're shooting 10 balls a second. And you just say, oh, it's my fingers. But yeah, if you had a certain list that were approved, just like the Major League Baseball only approves certain bats or certain cleats, they're not just going to let somebody come in and go, oh, you can play in Tom's shoes? Oh, yeah, sure. It's got to be a certain company that they'll check their standards. Now, they're probably not going to be like, well, we've got a contract, you can only wear these, but they do in some situations. And maybe in shoes, I don't know. But anyway, if you had a list, these are the boards that you can have for this for the Axe. You can have the Shockwave, you can have the XYZ, you can have the ABC. Not many people play tournaments with Axe, but in lower divisions they do. All the way up to the CS2. You can have the stock board. You can have these 2 or 3 other boards. Which, who makes boards anymore? Because the companies, they already make them so well. Who gets updated boards? Not very many people, if any. So yeah. Let's see. True Finger Power is meant exactly. Banned for sure. Old Soul, that's the only way to do it, but they have to be unflashable because people will do it in the pits. Exactly. Yeah. And it's got to have some kind of, like back in the day, a turning lock on an auto mag literally was a lock you take and you screw in. You could not, I mean, if you see somebody out there with an Allen key unscrewing their tournament lock, I saw that you sent me a video. I will definitely check it out, Dirk. But yeah. I mean, if it's something the refs or have a ref in there, and when the teams come and they have to put their markers on a stand, and they can't to change the adjustments unless a ref is going, okay, you want to change a battery? Let me watch you. Now that's never going to happen. But something to keep cheater boards from existing, maybe have 10 radar chronos and every ref, or they're just sitting there and going, and they're shooting a stream and it shows 15 balls a second, pull them. Or shows that it's too consistent because no human can do it. Anyway, Virtue boards kill it. We've already talked about that. Old Soul, Jeremy Saul. Yep, breakout modes with codes. Yep, Old Soul. Dirk sent me a video. I think I'm caught up. Finally. Dang it, Old Soul. You made a comment. Now I'm behind. No. When I got my WASP board for my Timmy, I made sure it was semi-only. Now I need to reflash it so I can do 10.5 balls a second. See, and that's the thing. It's like everybody's shooting 10.5 balls a second. It just takes the skill out of it. And the skill is also tuning the marker where it has that bounce and it's like, and you can almost not, like the old samurai trigger I think it was for autocockers. You could get that sweet spot and just hold your finger there. But if you didn't know how to tune it, you couldn't do it. But that's a skill. That's a lot more skill than just going pop, pop, pop. And everybody does that. So it's like I need a cheater board to play legal now. Exactly. Even me with a pump, I'm like, and they're like, you're shooting too fast. No, you know. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of cheating in particular, whether it's cheating by getting boards, same with the RT Automag. Yeah, and they would just 26 balls a second, mechanical. Freaking mechanical, 26 balls a second. That's ridiculous. It's ludicrous. I mean, who needs to shoot? What would that be? Back in the day, that'd be a case of paint in 1 minute and 40 seconds because a case of paint was 2,500 paintballs. So that'd be 100 seconds, just like. Now you probably wouldn't. You'd have to have a scuba tank. But yeah, I mean that's just ridiculous. Dirk loves his mag, yeah, because they work. This is autococker or automag. You had autococker people, you had automag people. Automag people were like, oh, autococker suck. Autococker people were like, automag suck. That's like Lamborghini and Ferrari saying they suck. They're both awesome. They're both awesome. And back in the day, the automag and autococker were the best guns out there. And then you had the shocker and the angel and stuff like that. But the best pneumatic or just pure mechanical markers, automag and autococker. It's just a fact. But the automag never had problems. The autococker, if you messed with it and got the timing out of whack, then it had problems. Old Soul says RT Tippmans are ludicrous. Ludicrous. They are. Also, at least the mag can have an LV10 bolt, level 10 bolt. Yes. Autococker can't. Obviously. Because I don't think it fit. Durka, I have autocockers too because yes, they are awesome. Autocockers, for shot quality, in my opinion, better than the automag. But for working forever, the automag is one of the best high-end markers. And it was high-end back in the day. Now you can get them for like $100, $125, $150. One of the best high-end markers you can get. They were like $500, $600. Or $450, I think, was like about the cheapest. But I don't recall what the price was in our PMI dealer book. But I'm thinking $450 was about right. Automag was awesome. They just work. There's a field in Zamora, WAP, Wild Action Paintball, Wild Adventure Paintball. They WAP is what people call it. It's on what's a highway? 505. It's on 505 right off the highway. Wild Adventure Paintball or Wild Adventure Park. So, but anywho, they still have like 15 or 20 automags, and they've been open for like 17, 20 years. They still have automags that work. They might have to change out the O-rings, a couple of them, but they still work. Very reliable. Cool little part too. But autocockers, man, I like them. Also, I have both because I wasn't rich enough to have either back then. Exactly. I couldn't afford those. My first gun was an Angel, or a Shocker, which I got the body up here. Or the top part of the body. An old Eclipse Splash Shocker. This was my first marker I ever actually owned. But my brother and I had a field that, when he was 15, he's like, hey, I'm going to open a paintball field. You want to help me? I was like, yep. So we did in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. The paintball mecca of Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Yeah, that's that's the Eclipse Splash, before they were Planet Eclipse. So that was my first one. I think it was like $700, $800, which back then to a 21-year-old kid, $600, $700 was like a ridiculous amount of money for paintball. But we had Tippmann 98s, or not Tippmann 98s. We had Tippmann Pro Lights, a couple Tippmann Pro Ams, which were older than the Tippmann Pro Light. I got this dust from this thing. And we had some hammers. The main marker we had though was the Tippmann SL68-2, which is a pump gun. It had an auto trigger on it, one of the early auto triggers. But that's what we had for our rental guns. We had like 10 of those. 10. Yeah. 10 at our field. We had 10 rental guns to start out. 10. T-E-N. 10 of them. That's it. Yeah, 10. Crazy. Cannot believe we did. We bought the setups with CO2 tanks, I think 9 or 12 ounce tanks, a little ammo box hopper that held like 45 or 50 rounds, and a barrel plug and a squeegee for like $200 each. Yeah, it's crazy. I remember when the Spider TL came out, Old Soul. So he played with Spider TL Plus when first got my gun. So when he first got his gun was a Spider TL Plus. That was the green one with a not a steel braided hose, but an actual aluminum tube that went from the front, from the foregrip, which people are like, oh, it's a regulator. No, it's a volumizer. It's just a gas through foregrip actually, that would volumize the air. Oh, that was the SE. That's right. TL I think was like tournament level, then SE was special edition or something. But yeah, we were like, oh yeah, this is awesome. It had a little bit better barrel, had a cool little bit of a barrel shroud that was about like that long, and yeah, it was. We would every time we rented the markers out, we would keep that hammer set back unless if we charged like $2 or $3 more from the SL68 to the hammer, which the SL68 was made like out of cast iron and straight up lead and mercury. And I think a little arsenic in there. So yeah, the SL68 was a heavy, dangerous weapon. And then we had the hammer. We had one of them. And we would rent that one for like $2 or $3 more because it was a lot more accurate. It had the crown point barrel, which the Automag typically came with, and it was a cool little barrel. I actually saw one the other day. Where was I? It might have been a picture a customer brought in. But it had the crown point barrel, which the barrel was like going this way. Like, I don't have a barrel. So say that's the barrel. And these little slits, like windows cut in it here. They had like 3 of them. Here and here. So it looked like from here to there was like a spoke. 3 spokes. And when you shot, you shoot an automatic and it would go, doo, doo, doo. But then the barrel would go ting, ting. So it's doo, ting. But it's like ting, 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 ting. But you put an O-ring around inside where the little windows are, and it would mute that. But yeah, you could hear an automag being shot. You could definitely hear that. Diesel Dude, 2016. Hadn't talked to you in a while. It's been like, well, shoot, I've been on here for an hour and 6 minutes. It's been like an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and 8 minutes, something like that when I was doing my other deal. Old Soul, the TL Plus had a rear cocking bolt that took the beaver tail off so it looked like a stack tube automag. Then I messed up my goggles. What kind of goggles did you have back then? Were they like Crossfires by JT or some extreme range? Brass Eagle leader goggles, some Scott Intruders, or some Vince. So I've got some Vince goggles right here. I'm gonna put them on. These are some Vince referee goggles. Super breathable. I mean, these are like I breathe better with these on, even with dust and stuff in them. JT Vader that I put thermal lens in. So yeah, these are from the 90s. But look at all that breathability. I think there's a bird. No, it's a chipmunk. He caught a bird though. But yeah, those are cool. The Vince. VENTS. The clasp, I'm not a big fan of the clasp. I'm not a big fan. It would go like that. That's okay, but yeah. No, Angel, not Jake from State Farm. Jake from NorCal. But then these are so much better. Matt D says CCM is amazing. They're butter when they shoot. When they shoot, they always shoot. Except I had mine not shoot very well this weekend. I'll tell that story in a second. Diesel Dude, what's your opinion on CCM? I'm wondering if they're actually worth the money. Diesel Dude, I think that's a loaded question. You own a CCM yourself. You know how good they are. They're amazing. I think they're the best pump guns ever made. I will never sell mine. Old Soul, my uncle played with Scott goggles, always wore JT myself. Yeah, I like the JT or the Scott Intruder. Scott made snowboarding and ski goggles. So Angel got you. LOL, cool, buddy. Cool. Joker, I'll never forget the first time I accidentally put my hand near the bolt knob on the old ProLite as a kid. Yeah, it's like son of a biscuit eater. That doesn't feel good. My brother, he told me, y'all thought I was going to tell this one story about him, but no, he told me the Nail Spot 007s, they had an actual bolt that you would take the bolt and pull back. I think it's on the left side. But a lot of people, they have scars here. So he's like, oh yeah, you can tell an old Nail Spot player if they got a scar here. So the CCM though, it's fantastic. I would not trade my CCM for anything. I just love it. So, anyway, I think that's going to about do it because it's only 7 o'clock, but I hadn't had dinner yet, and I've been on here for over an hour. So I will have to talk to you guys later. You just eat Sonic? No, this is from yesterday. I keep these cups though because they're styrofoam, and in California it's hard to find a styrofoam cup outside of Sonic because McDonald's doesn't do it anymore. And I love Sonic's tea and their ice; it's amazing. But so I'll drink it and then I'll rinse it out, and then for a day or two I'll keep it. And like if I go to McDonald's, because there's not a Sonic right by my house, but there's a couple McDonald's, so I'll go through there and get a large unsweet tea, or 2 of them, large unsweet teas with extra ice. Pour it in there, and so yeah, I do hoard cups. Just like M1 Garand thumb, yeah, with the M1 Garand. I think it was like if you held your thumb up, and you pull, and, yeah. Which the M1 Garand was the rifle used by the United States Army, from like 1940 to like yesterday. I mean, lasts forever. Deuces, Matt D. So, anyway, I'm gonna take off here because I am getting a little hungry. I will talk to you guys later. Wait a minute, got another question. Also, how about a metal leg plate for the NSG, which is a national survival game? Splatmaster guys, heard they used to do that. Metal leg plate. Oh, so you could so you could cock it? I have heard of people doing that, like they'd put either something on their leg or on their arm or something, because what the not the nail splat, but the Splatmaster, it was a 68 caliber paintball gun that you put a 10-round tube in the top tube, then the barrel, and then you had a 12-gram CO2 in the handle. It was made out of plastic, but it was the first paintball marker made specifically for paintball, as far as I know. I'm 99% sure that's true. So you put your 12 gram in there, screw it in there, and you get about 20, 25 shots. So you had a 10-round tube, you put it in the top barrel, and then it had a little plug sticking out of the back, which was the actual bolt. It was sticking, and you had to push it in. But it wasn't just like push, but it was like... So people would literally go out sometimes with 2, and if they had a helmet or something like that, they could do that, or hit it against their chest. And doing that 2 or 3 times, I can do that, but then it's like... Yeah, I think I'm just going to go out with 1 and do that. So if you had a metal plate on your leg, you could slam the back of it below the next paintball. But back then they were using oil-based paint, so you shot somebody, if they didn't wash it off immediately, within like 2 or 3, 5 minutes, it was pretty much going to stay there. And even then it was going to leave some kind of tintish hue. So I hope about 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock Pacific time on Mondays is a good time for you guys. That's when I'm going to look to be doing these videos. So please like, share, all that stuff. I'm got 14 thumbs up. I appreciate the heck out of that. But I'm trying to get to 1,000 people subscribed to my channel. I've got like 940 or something like that. Once I get to 1,000, I can get super chats and then use that super chat stuff to buy stuff to give away to people, and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining me here at Jay from NorCal. See you next Monday, 9:43. 9:43. I don't know what that is. Diesel Dude likes food, though. 9:43. Deuces, Matt D. Talk to you guys later. Thanks.